So I guess that means we'll just all take the day off tomorrow, I guess, right? Well, one thing that will help you relax is the weather. And again, to that end, a good day to go to the pool, lake, maybe get a jump start on the weekend. We're going to cut down on these storm chances here. It is going to be hot and humid for the upcoming weekend. That's going to be a bit problematic because with it being as hot as it will be, those heat index values that have not been much of a problem at all this month so far, a little more impactful. And with it being a weekend, a lot of folks being outdoors, of course, you'll want to plan ahead for that. And also better storm chances won't be back until later on next week. Our storm chances out there right now, pretty low end. That frontal boundary stretched out across southern Kentucky, and that's where the bulk of the activity's been. Had a little cluster develop here, or at least scattered about right over Cave Run Lake, and then just southeast of Olympia Springs there, south of Salt Lick and extreme southern Bath County there. That's really about the only thing going on. That one little cell that just cruised through Williamsburg, it's weakening out as it heads over toward Pineville. Notice the bulk of the activity, which isn't much, is essentially along and south of that frontal boundary. Looking good. Mount Sterling in front of the Montgomery County Courthouse. We're at 88 there, feels like 91, so we don't have a huge spread between the actual air temperatures and the feel likes. A little bit more in the way of cloudiness at the Mesonet site there in Jackson County near McKee, so it's only 83. So out to the east into the low to mid 80s, upper 80s to around 90. Our dew points, they're a little bit lower than they were yesterday at this time, so no big issue with the heat index values. But by the end of the weekend, early next week, notice it feels like 100 in Somerset. That gauge runs a little high typically. It is going to be a little bit more problematic potentially. Front's on the move. That's going to drop to the south and kind of weaken out. I think once the sun goes down, what's left over, these little pop-ups will go by the wayside. We had a little patchy fog this morning. We'll do it again tomorrow. And even with a few little specks on there, I think most locations dry, but we can't rule out a very, very low-end chance of a storm or two. The humidity isn't going anywhere. And as temperatures rise, it's not going to take a whole lot of humidity to get us over that 100-degree threshold for the heat index value. We'll have high pressure that will begin to build in from the west, and that's going to keep us mainly dry, but it will be rather hot. We're talking mid-90s for highs Sunday, Monday, possibly even Tuesday. As mentioned, even with the low chance or no chance, technically, anytime you've got heat and humidity around this time of the year, yeah, you can get a little rogue pop-up storm, especially during the afternoon. Now, looking ahead early next week, a couple things happening here. Hot and humid, so available moisture, and then this front's going to drop in. It's not going to sweep the humidity out of the way at the end of the week, but I do think it will knock our temperatures down. But it looks to be a big player with the tropics potentially because we still have tropical storm Aaron that is churning in the Atlantic. By this weekend, forecast to be a major hurricane laying north of Puerto Rico and approaching the east coast of the U.S. on Sunday. But look what happens as we get in time. It starts to make that bit of a turn. We will have high pressure out over the central Atlantic, over the Gulf, and as that area of low pressure in that trough and the upper level digs in, a lot of the data has it close, but it steers it away from the east coast. Of course, that's great news, especially with it expected to be at major hurricane status. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Warm, muggy, patchy fog, late 70. Mostly sunny, hot and humid tomorrow, 91. Extended forecast. It's going to be hot, so hydrate, sunscreen, you know the drill. It is getting deeper in the summer, so just take it easy out there with the heat and humidity around. Storms pop up a little more numerous mid part of next week with highs right around 90.